Hello, 'tis I. We are playing more Pseudoregalia. I'm gonna try and finish it today. If I go continue, is it gonna take from my current file? This one. I don't want to take this one because this one will load you into the final area, and I don't want to ruin that. So I'm gonna open this. I may also need to rebind my controls because I found every time I load this game, my controls, yeah, they are not correct. So I need a mo to fix this. Also, hello Taito, how are you? Look at this mess. I don't know why it does this. I feel like it might be my Switch Pro controller. I don't know, it causes some wackiness with game button mapping. It might also just be something about this game. Like sometimes I have to remap my controls a few times before it sticks. Let's see. Okay, fixed. We're all good. You're on month 41 of subscribing. Jeez Louise, have I been going that long? Anywho, so my recollection is I need to go north. If you look into that big room above me, and there's a room up there that I've not been in yet. That's where I think I need to go. That is not the right direction. That's to the Empty Bailey. I'm gonna get my bearings. Hopefully we're gonna go to the right place. And yeah, parkour's gonna happen. I hope. Hello, very tiny knight. Is this the big room I want? Yeah. I don't suppose there's a mod out there for this game that will show directly where Sybil is on the map. Probably not. It would be nice. I mean, I can survive without it. It's just the convenience, you know? If you're like me and you get distracted easily, there's a wall above me. I'm not gonna be able to jump up there. I hope folks are doing well and having a nice Saturday. I wish I could say I've done a lot to share today, but so far not quite. I think I just restlessly did like 3 crossword puzzles this morning because I couldn't get my brain into gear. And what else did I do? I drank a small cup of coffee to also try and get my brain into gear, and that was a mistake. Boy howdy, that was a mistake. It's not even a big cup of coffee, and I like Americanos, which is espresso in hot water, but there's just something about like drip coffee. Well, this wasn't with a percolator. I did pour over coffee, but it messes with me. Something fierce. How do I get up there? Absolutely do not recall. In fact, I might need to get up there from another area. I've got a vague recollection of I think I have to go through like the dilapidated dungeon from the Twilight Theater? You know what? I'm gonna go back the way I came. In fact, the most expedient thing to do would be this. Oh, right, I hit that save point. Never mind. It's not the most expedient thing. I think I want to go back this way and to go to the Empty Bailey. And I think I can get to where I need to go that way. Yesterday was intense. Oh gosh, like intense in a good way. Were you able to successfully complete your experiment? You started playing Poi, and the controls are what I'd expect for a 3D platformer, but roll dive is X and B does nothing. Yeah, that would also drive me crazy. Not a percolator. I did pour over coffee. So you have like a little filter basket, and you put your coffee into that, and then you have a little vessel you put above the filter basket, and put your water into that. So you make an individual cup of coffee that way. So it's good if you want coffee, but you don't want to brew a whole pot. Not that I have a coffee machine, but it would just be wasteful. So that's what I do. And I don't drink coffee like that very often. My dad drinks it more than I do. But sometimes, for whatever reason, I think, boy, I don't feel particularly alert today. Maybe I should have a cup of coffee, and then I regret it every single time. When will I learn? I won't. A mocha pot. Yeah, I've never seen one of those in person. I've heard of them. I've never actually witnessed them though. They're like the I was gonna say they're like the hexagonal sort of like little silver pots. You know what I'm talking about, right? I barely know what I'm talking about. Hello, Kelly. Aren't these N64 textures just delightful, divine? Oh, and I hit my mic. Good, good. Everything is good. This is what happens when Maury drinks, and again, it was a little cup of coffee. Like, maybe 8 ounces, if that. And I watered it down. That's my usual methodology. No, wait, I don't want to do that, because I won't make it. Please, I'm suffering. I'm suffering. I don't remember how to get up there. But for whatever reason, I don't know. Caffeine doesn't even really wake me up. It just makes me jittery, like you might be able to tell right now, much to my embarrassment. Can I just, like... Yeah, okay, there we go. I was just overcomplicating that. And yeah, it doesn't go through a ton of trash for each cup of coffee. It's very convenient. Actually, I need to look at my map. I don't want to go to Castle Sansa. I want to go, I believe, yeah, that north exit at the very top. That's where I need to go. So I need to go off to the side here. I hope Saturday is treating everyone else well, and that you are not feeling this bizarre combination of listlessness, but also, like, restless energy, because coffee, like me, ooh. I've been thinking I really want to, like, work on art this weekend, but I just need to sit down and get my brain into gear. Aside from not being able to rebind the controls, though, how is poi? Which makes me think of, it's a Hawaiian dish, isn't it? If I'm not grossly misremembering. Oh, that's right, I forgot that. Oh. I forgot there's like a little gap there and it makes you fall wet. A friend came for tea and you talked a lot about personal things. It was very good and necessary, but you were left very mentally tired. I'm glad you had a nice visit, though. But yeah, that does sound like a lot. And even if you're not talking about, you know, difficult things, heck, just socializing can take a lot out of you. Oh, that's what made yesterday intense. A good intensity, it sounds like. But definitely a lot. My brain is hibernating. I would like it to not hibernate, please. I want to do things. I want to make stuff. There we go. I gotta, like, not wall kick. That's the secret. You don't flail about like a fool. You be cool and elegant. As if those have ever been words that can be applied to me. Cool, elegant. Maybe if I'm out in the snow. Is my favorite goat NPC in here? I feel like they were somewhere around here. I don't remember exactly where, because I think there was a piece of heart, for lack of a better word, here. I don't remember where the goat was. They were somewhere in this area, I think. Well, I took screenshots last time, but the point is the best goat is in here. Even better, maybe, than the 3-bean salad goat. Like, at least 20 bean goat. Okay, I gotta go north. This a ways. I'm not even sure exactly what kind of art I want to do. Just some kind of personal project stuff. It's been so long. Or even, like, emotes. I haven't made any new emotes in a hot minute. What's up with that? I gotta give the people what they want. Heck, I mean, I don't know if people want emotes per se. But I've had fun making Gooby emotes. There we go. You're enjoying the game so far. It's in the same vein as a Hat in Time, but Hat in Time has a little more personality, though. But yeah, an unfair... an unfair comparison. Oh, I mean, it's hard to compete with a little gremlin child like Hat Kid. Who is the protagonist in Poi? What do you play as? Okay, so I want to go the leftmost. because I have not been this way yet, and I think this is where I need to go. A horror-themed emote? I mean, what about the evil emote I have? Is that not horrific enough? Can I sit in any of these? Sybil does not want to sit down on these. These stools are not adequate for her needs. She does not want to dirty her pristine sweater. Oh, no, wait. No, this isn't where I want to go. Is it? Is it? Oh, it's dark. Maybe it's okay. Maybe. I have a recollection of, like, going through this area in the dark. Which maybe I don't know if I was supposed to. And then falling into the underbelly. And then being like, okay, well, this is where I am now. You know, that's the beauty of games like this. You can sequence break? Question mark, if you want to call it that. I don't really know where I want to go. Well, not this way. I can't go up this way, because I don't have the right ability. You can play as a boy or a girl, not really characters, honestly. I mean, it's okay. Can you customize them at all? I like it when I can, I don't know, put my protagonist in a dopey little outfit or change their hair color or something. Make them a little more me, you know? Oh, it's so dark. It's just like going outside in the wintertime. You know what? It's 5 p.m. and it already looks like this outside. Okay, this leads to the underbelly. Where am I? Oh. Here we go. Nope. Bumble around in the dark until you find out where you want to go. Yeah, that's the one, Kelly. Thank you for busting out Weon. Yeah, that reminds me, so I found out upon mentioning to a coworker the other day, because I talked about I had been playing Resident Evil, and she said, oh, me and my fiance have been playing through Resident Evil, and they actually had finished 2 a while ago, and had started 3 not too long before I did. The difference is they've been playing the remake, and I asked her what she thought of 2. She said it had been a while, but her recollection was that Leon was a bit of a butt. I don't remember if that's exactly the word she used, but it was butt adjacent. I don't know what he's like in the remake, but I found that really funny. I wouldn't describe Leon as a butt, personally. He was trying. And I think that's what made it funny to me, is that he was trying so hard and basically ineffectual. I have a recollection somewhere. Now don't quote me on this, and Resident Evil expert Noxabata, who's actually celebrating their 3rd stream anniversary today, and whomst I will be raiding into after this. They're not here, so I can't ask them, but I recall reading somewhere that the reason Leon was sort of spared, yeah, this is where I want to be, from the nonsense in RE2, like the whole police station and everybody else turning into zombies, was that he was drinking heavily the night before because he had just experienced a terrible breakup and was trying to drown his sorrows, and then wound up being late for work, or rather late for the zombie apocalypse. So in a way it kind of worked out for him. I don't recall how accurate that is. Don't take my word for it. I just remember reading that somewhere. Is there like, did I come up from above? Yeah, I did. It's so dark, I can't see. Okay. But adjacent, he's a thigh. He could be a calf. I guess he could be your spinal column. He got dumped, good. It was in a guidebook or something, dubiously canon. Well, I want to accept that as canon in my heart because I think it's hilarious. I'm sorry, Leon, but at the same time, teehee. Poor guy. But then if he hadn't gotten wasted and then been late for work, I mean, the whole thing with Claire and Sherry wouldn't have happened. He wouldn't have helped them. He wouldn't have met Ada. He wouldn't have met Best Girl. I'm still kind of like, about the whole romantic scene with them at the very end of RE3, because, or not 3, 2, because that really came out of nowhere. And I almost wonder if that wasn't like, because Ada was a spy, a mole, And I can't help but wonder if maybe that was also something she was trying to do. Oh my, that's speedy. Okay. Was like some sort of manipulation tactic. I don't know. That's the only way that love scene would make sense in my mind. I don't remember how you're supposed to get across here, but I did that. I'm here now. Val, hello. How are you? How have you been? How was your new year? Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Hello, hand of God. Unlike Vel, I am not excited to see you. When did Sybil get a sweater? I bought her one for a Christmas present. By which I mean I was fast in the library at grabbing stuff, and I got a sweater. I did most of the time trials in my main file when I first played through the game. Did not do most of them here because I wanted to spare my hands. And also I don't think you want to watch me falling off stuff for 10 minutes. But I had to get the sweater because look at it, it's adorable. The one slouchy sock, like the little buttons, and even the little the flap on the back to accommodate her tail. It's adorable. I love it. I wish I was as cute, or at least I had a big, soft, fluffy sweater. But like in this economy, sweaters have honestly gotten so cheap these days. I'm going the right way, right? Yes. She's a girl and he's the boy playable character. Obvious. You're right. God, how could I forget something so obvious? I don't want to say I'm going to give Resident Evil 2 a pass for that because I really hate just romantic plot contrivances. They're one of my least favorite things in fiction. The whole like, well, a boy and a girl character have hung out for an arbitrary length of time, so now they're in love. Could not care less. Don't want it. So I choose to believe that it was part of like a scheme of Ada's. Like she has a rationale for it. It is like a sheep's wool, isn't it? Like Angora or something. Someday when I get like a really nice job, I wanna get really nice sweaters. Like, there's no way in heck you can get like a good sweater right now in this economy. Or even just like fashion generally, and many more people have said this more articulately than I'm going to right now. But really the state of fashion generally is abysmal. The rise of fast fashion and clothes made cheaply and meant to be disposable. And things falling apart in a couple months. It's like that one bit from Discworld about boots, where if you have a lot of money, you can afford like a really good sturdy pair of boots that'll last you for like 10 years. But if you don't have a lot of money, you have to resort to a cheaper pair of boots, and then you wind up spending more money because you have to replace them like every year or so. A lovely new year, wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Honestly, I'm still kind of in that weird post-holiday fugue state headspace where everything just feels kind of fake. No maids. I actually do know how to knit, believe it or not. I haven't done it in a while though. Maybe that's something I should get back into doing. My issue was like I wish I had someone to teach me personally. Because I taught myself from a combination of like a couple of reference books and also YouTube videos, but there's just something in the way my brain works that it's hard for me to look at someone doing something like knitting where I need to replicate their movements in a three-dimensional space. For whatever reason, I have difficulty wrapping my brain around it. So it just, like, learning how to cast on took way too long. And I'd love to learn how to do more elaborate stitches, like cable knit. That would be cool. But the getting distracted really easily part makes it a little difficult. Or things like, I've done, like for instance, like knitting a simple scarf where you swap fabrics, or not fabrics, you swap skeins? I think that's how you say it. partway through to get a stripey effect. But you kind of gotta count your rows when you do it. Oh, I can't quite reach. I'm missing a switch, unless I can cheat my way up there. But you gotta count your rows so it's even. Curses. And I get distracted really easily, so that can be tough for me to do. I used devices to count my rows, but I would still, I'd like space out, like I'd be watching a video or listening to an audiobook while knitting. And then my mind would wander and be like, wait, am I on row like 32, 31? Where am I? Knitting is faster than crochet, you know. I've actually been wanting to learn crochet. I'm curious about it, because you only use the hook, right? Ascendant Light. Attack objects and enemies to bounce off of them. In addition, your weapon now glows brightly, even in the darkest of places. This was the thing I was missing. The rope to nowhere. That's just where my life is going, generally. Good. 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 I thought I could graze under it, no. That's not even the hit button, that's the kick. I guess I could just, like... There we go. That gives you a lot more distance than I think it will. And yet every time I don't trust it, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna fall. But no, I need to believe. I could go back to the dilapidated dungeon, because I can see... I don't think there's anything I need in there beyond an upgrade. And I do technically need to be in here, because I need the key. That's down on the bottom right, I think. There's a key down there. Crochet is awesome. Do you find it's more... Do I want, like, mentally involved, I guess, than knitting? I've been curious about it for a while. And I've seen people make a lot of cute stuff with crochet, like amigurumi dolls. That'd be fun to learn how to do. I guess I need to take the time to actually pick up the habit. Hello, Tenrose, how are you? I hope your weekend's been going well and work has not been kicking your tail too badly. I'm just gonna, why not, heal myself as a treat. Okay, yeah, I don't need to hit that, because that's what opens the time trial. I need to go down yonder to the far right one. And that should take me to where the key I need is. Whoosh. You get kind of lost with knitting. I mean, I think the thing with knitting is that if you get into a rhythm, it's not too bad. But if you get distracted, things can fall apart, and it's frustrating when you drop stitches, things like that. And there are things you can do to fix it, but also it's like, eh. And also changing yarns. Changing between skeins is a pain. Boy, I hope I'm saying that right. Oh, that's a skein right there. Weekend is going despite work kicking your tail. Good. I hope you continue to triumph over work. May we all triumph over work. I appreciate you stopping by. Also, don't forget to eat. That goes for everyone if you haven't eaten yet today. I finally remembered to have a late breakfast myself. I had some grapes and some crackers and hummus. Oh, this isn't the one I want to be in at all. I want to be the one lower than me, heck. I've done it again. Swell, Nori. You're yammering, and then you've gone completely the wrong way. That's just life, I suppose. Well, you made a fruit bowl. What kind of fruit you put in it? It's tough during the winter when there's not enough... Oh, I didn't even know there's a ledge up there that I could grab onto. There's not enough tasty fruit in season. Raspberries, my beloved. I want some raspberries. But even in season, raspberries are expensive. Where is the triple Kefka, that thing? I need it. I need it. Come here. There we go. There we go. There we go. What? No, I didn't want to charge attack. I wanted to grab. Oh, my life is suffering. Can I get up this way, maybe? No. No. Oh, end me. You heard my sentences. Finally, finally, I decided to have a late breakfast myself, and I'm eating my own brain. Clearly, obviously. What is depth perception? We just don't know. Well, that didn't work. Thought I could do it. I can't. Ooh, Indonesian chicken curry. I don't know if I've ever had Indonesian curry before. What's Indonesian curry like? Compared to something like, say, Indian curry, Thai curry, Japanese curry. Why can I not do this? This most simplest of platforming challenges. What is this ledge? I wanted to wall cling. What am I hanging on? Like a single stray polygon. There we go. Jeez. Okay. There we go. Agony. Embarrassing. Hanging on faith. Well, wish I could do that. Can I have your faith, Sybil? Faith in what? I don't know. Myself, perhaps. Maybe if I was this cool and athletic and had a cozy sweater, I too would feel more confident in my abilities. Okay, so where I actually need to go is further down, I think. Oh, is it across the bubbles? How do I always get turned around here? It's not even really that big of an area. Also, if you didn't see the last recording, I just love that Sybil does this when you stand on top of a pole. It delights me. It's just, it feels so extra in a very endearing way. Like, no one's watching Sybil. I mean, except for us. You don't have to do this, but I mean, I would. If I was in her position and I was standing on top of a pole, I would absolutely flex like that. Can someone mod Mario 64 so he does that on top of poles? Or maybe mod Mario 64 so I could play as Sybil, but you'd have to make her, like, squat and tiny. I agree, the squeaky climbing noises are very cute. Like, even though this game is, well, I was gonna say relatively simplistic. I think it has sophisticated movement, but, like, design-wise, relatively simplistic. But there's a lot of little touches that add a lot of personality. Like that. Yeah. This is where I need to go. To the right. When no one is watching is when you should be showing off the most. But no one will see my sweet flips. You know, honest to goodness, this is an embarrassing thing to admit, but I've had times in the past where, like, I'll do something cool, which is a relative term for me, cool for me in real life, and then think, oh, I need to hit the record button on my Nintendo Switch Joy-Con controller. Oh, wait. That's not a thing I can do as a person. That doesn't exist in real life. If only. On a side note, so I looked up a speedrun of this game a while back. Because I wanted to see, oh, I can't do that from here. I'm just gonna have to flip over. I wanted to see some of the stuff one could theoretically pull off if they know the tech in this game really well. And there are some truly wild maneuvers you can pull off in this game that I had no idea were even possible. There's a way to, so this thing I do where, I shouldn't do it right now because I'm going to fall into a pit if I do. But a trick I figured out where if you slide jump and then do a backflip, you can get a lot of extra height. Apparently there's a way to do that where you can launch Sybil forward instead of backwards and get to a lot of places that nominally you wouldn't be able to reach without, like, the wall kick or the slide jump. So you don't even need the full slide jump. Good. You just need to be able to slide. But it's like some frame perfect trick. I don't know how you do it. I didn't look up how to do it. But it's like, what do you mean you can do that in this game? Also, when I played on my own, when I got to this room, I did not have this ability that lets you hit switches far away. And I couldn't figure out how to hit that switch because I didn't know that ability existed. So I tried desperately from here to parkour myself all the way to that key over there. And I did it. It took a few tries, but I was very tenacious. And I got over here, and I got the key, and I was very proud of myself. And then I realized, oh, I have to get back, because this platform I'm standing on does not appear if you don't hit that switch over there. And I almost made it. I almost got here, but I couldn't quite pull it off, and I ran out of health, and I died, which just dumps you back at your last save point, but you don't keep the key. And yes, of course, in the speedrun, they do get that key without any fancy tech, or sorry, without any fancy items in the game. No wall cling, no whatever this ability is called, I forget. Because I don't know how to do that. I'm just a scrub. We know I'm cool. Do we? I appreciate it. Yeah, tenacity definitely seems to be rewarded in this game, which is something I really appreciate, just from a design perspective. And I think it's like the whole thing about it being like a very open Metroidvania type game with not a lot of clear direction, I think really lends itself well to that kind of stubborn tenacity of being like, oh, I think I can just make this jump. And then sometimes you realize, okay, I can make it like part of the way there, but then I can't seal the deal, or I can't get back. And then there's problems. Okay, so I need to get to that long corridor on the bottom left there. So I need to go left, I think. Mori the business scrub. No, I'm not like an entrepreneurial tech bro, I swear. Yeah, that's a really cute noise. Salsa keep. It's the salsa keep, you're right. For the record, it's Sansa keep, but I like salsa keep. Also, if you weren't here last time, look at these little, like, goat butlers. They're adorable. This is a tiny model. This is the Mori model, as I'm calling them. There's a slightly taller version, but we don't care about those. We care about the tiny ones, because they're, hashtag relatable. Okay, this is where I want to go, and then I think this room, yeah. I had to leave here earlier because I couldn't do this on those black holes. Good. I gotta not... Oh, I can't quite make it. I gotta not keep the attack button held down. I do it out of habit, but doing so makes Sybil charge up that, this. And then that messes up my jumps. I gotta let go. I gotta relax. I have to let go and fall into a pit. My biggest nemesis in this game, as well as any other platformer, as much as I love them, depth perception. Get you in there with a big bag of chips and it'll be all gone. Now this was a Splatfest in Splat 2, but I have to ask now, folks' opinions. Salsa or guacamole? Or, you know what, in the spirit of Splatoon 3, I'm also going to add a third option, queso. Salsa, guacamole, queso. You have to choose. I'm a guacamole person myself. Salsa I don't mind. Depends on the salsa. I can't do like really hot because I'm kind of a baby. I'm trying to be less of a baby. I can do some spice. But also salsa just tends to be really acidic, and my stomach does not like that. I have to be mindful of that. Queso, guaita. Queso is guaita than salsa, which is guaita than guac. I can't believe you would do this to me. You would put guac at the lowest tier. That's okay, more from me. You don't like avocado, so usually not guac. You have reminded me that I have avocados in the fridge. I got a bag of avocados at the store, like 5 avocados for $3, which is outrageously good. And they're like good-sized avocados. They're not like... Sometimes the store will sell bags of avocados, but they'll be tiny, or just kind of like lower quality than the individual ones. But no, these are good avocados. And like usually, if you want like a single avocado here, even if they're not, the non-sale price is like at least $2.20 to $2.50, which actually might be even cheaper than some places. Which is weird because I mean this is Canada. We're not really known for our avocados. Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. Oh, okay. Yeah, alright, sure. Is the switch still hit? It is. Good. That's all I care about, really. I thought that getting me more height would help, but... Oh, good enough. Oh, yeah, queso, in this context, I know queso is the word for cheese, but people use it also to describe, like, just cheese sauce they have with their chips, their nachos. You know, I can't even say, because I don't know where I would rate queso on my list. I've not really had queso very often at all. And when I think about cheese sauce with nachos, my primary frame of reference, you ever go to a movie theater and they sell, like, nachos there? With that weird kind of congealed cheese sauce? I don't order it, but he's still hitting the wall. My dad has. And, like, I've tried a bit of the cheese, and I'm like, this is a weird cheese sauce. Feels very, unnatural. There's a certain viscosity to it that does not sit well with me. Processed cheese goop, yeah. You make guac almost on a daily basis and have to taste test it. It's like veggie butter. You know, what goes into the guac that you make? Also, you know what? Heck, and I'm gonna try this one, because it's right here. Like, I know you don't make it, you know, for yourself. It's your job, but... Good. Why would I do that? Why would I just... Actually, before I do that, I need to know. Can I sit? No? Really? You would not let me sit in the throne? That seems like an egregious oversight. I think Sybil should be allowed to sit. She's earned a luxurious throne. Oh, that's not what I want. I don't really remember. I've done this one. I don't really remember the routes I want to take to do it. I feel like the time limit's a little generous, but... Oh, that's bad. Why am I doing that? Let's get the creator of the game in here. Sybil must sit. Please, let her have this. She's had a tiring day of me, like, knocking her into pits. And Sybil, I'm so sorry. Like, you don't deserve this. You deserve better than me knocking you into pits. I absolutely do not at all remember the route I constructed in my head to do this time challenge. Because I did most of them in my personal file. And it took a bit to sort of figure out the routing that I needed to do to get to where I wanted to go in the time allotted. So there's one there. Oh, there's one above me too. I don't know if I'm gonna get the last few in enough time. Good. Yeah, I'm not going to. Let me try again. I don't really want to be here for too long. But good. Please. Okay. We're here. We're in the haze. We're in the goop. Also, I don't know how well you can hear the music, but it really reminds me of Banjo-Kazooie. Like, that sort of clarinet sound effect is extremely like Banjo-Kazooie, just Grant Kirkhope N64. Please tell me I'm not the only one who hears that. I mean, this song just generally is very, I think, N64 sound font in particular. No, Sybil, no, you were right there. Why didn't you cling? No. Came in clutch. Okay. Nah. Ugh. Gained an aspect of Guardian. What is this outfit? I think it has a little cape. Let's see. Yeah. Aren't I fancy? I've got like a little circlet. I could do Moon Tiara magic. Moon Tiara action, I suppose, if you're a purist. I got like a little leotard and some shoulder pads. And like spikes on my boots. I like the little half cape. Very stylish. And the way stuff clips into one another, it just feels so N64. I love it. Anyway. Very penultimate Grunty's Castle theme, right? 25 pounds of avocado. I know you're making it for food service, but man, that's so much avocado. 2 cups of cilantro, ugh. 3/4 of a cup of diced onion. 3/4 jalapeno puree. A cup of lime juice. 3 tablespoons of salt. Now we know the secret sauce. Also, I have all the keys now. Hooray. I don't have, like, all the little items and whatnot, but that's okay. We're just here to vibe. I'm gonna put the sweater back on. And then where do I need to go? I need to go back to the empty Bailey. And then we're gonna go to the tower, and I'm gonna finish the game. What does professional look like? I guess, yeah, if you haven't seen the last stream, I'll show off the other outfits. So, yeah, this is her just basic starting attire. I like the little capelet. And her little spats on her ankles, I'm not sure. I can't tell if she has hooves or not. They might be hooves. Especially with the walking sound effects. It has that boot-like click-click that makes me think hooves. And then the sun greaves are just your first upgrade. Cool boots. And then the cling sleeve is your wall climbing gauntlet. And then 19 here is a recreation, I believe, of what Sybil looked like for the initial Game Jam version of Pseudoregalia, which I haven't played, but I like that she has this big spiky forelock, and I think an extra point on her antlers. And like a scarf instead of a capelet. And then professional just kind of makes her look like a cool businesswoman assassin. Like the spandex and the bolero coat. Very stylish, very fashionable. If I remember, I can go back into my other file, and I think, how many more outfits do I have? I'm missing 2 outfits in my other file. I think, yeah, I have, and I've got 2 more in that one than I have here. I think. Very stylish, right? Have I really not gone through that entrance? The question marks there? Really? The map always kind of turns me around when it's layered like that. What is the question marks above me? Very Yor, like Spy Family Yor. Huh. Maybe it was showing question marks because I haven't entered. Yeah, I'd never entered Sansa Keep from this direction, so it was just question marks on my map. You remember Sybil's design and appearance struck many a person feral upon release. I mean, it's a very cool design. I don't know why I went this way. I don't need to go this way. I need to go this way. I think I said last time, but playing as Sybil just makes me miss my Viera from Final Fantasy XIV. MMOs, I think, are just generally too much for me. Like, just the time commitment they require. And, like, I know people who play a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, and that tends to be, like, their one game. Or, like, they'll play other games, but most of their time is dedicated to 14. And just the amount of coordination it requires, especially if you want to do high-end content, like raids and whatnot. That's too scary. I've done, like, maybe 2 raids. I definitely did, like, the first plot-mandated raid. But, anything else is too scary. Especially because if you're a new player, you don't know where you're going. But, of course, like, everyone else in the instance doing the raid knows exactly what needs to be done, and then they're all rolling their eyes at you because you don't know exactly where you're supposed to be going in the instance. Or like, no, Mori, you're the healer, you need to be doing this all the time. Now, I'm exaggerating a little. Most people I encountered in 14 were very sweet and very understanding, especially when I said, hey, I've not done this before, please bear with me. But, you know, there's always a few types, and I've heard some horror stories from friends who play 14. Or in any other MMO, but 14 specifically. Where, you know, heated gamer moments. Oh, hello, Luce. Wow, I completely failed to wall click because I was reading the chat. But hello, Luce. How are you? I think I'm doing all right. I hope you're doing well despite the chilly weather where you're at. I don't actually know precisely how it is where I'm at. I looked at the weather this morning. It was like 16 below, 16 Celsius. I don't know what that is for Americans, because my usual method of quickly converting in my head falls apart when you get into negative temperatures. Now, you know, I don't think the wall cling works very well if you go right at the wall. You kind of have to go at an angle. Well, that's embarrassing. I didn't know you played Final Fantasy XIV, even if it's not been in a while. What's your preferred class? But also, I guess, what do you play as? I always like hearing about people's warriors of light. Like, just, you know, it's like how I enjoy hearing what people nickname their Pokemon. There's just something special about it. Doa. Healer life is the hard life. It's true. I didn't even start as White Mage. I started as, I think, Monk, because I thought, well, this seems relatively proactive, so I won't get bored. But then I realized the queues take forever. Distorted memory, I think is what that says. Are we fighting Dracula now? Oh, you bet. Raids as a DPS is fairly casual, but the few times you've tried as healer are mega stressful. Hello. Cool hair. I hope you can hear the music, because the music is bumping. So this is the princess. Oh, I lost my stick. Hang on a minute, miss. I lost my stick. Good. Thank goodness for the lock-on. She is not also a furry, I believe. She is just a girl with an axe blade at the end of her braid. This is the princess. I mean, nobody said anything about rescuing a princess. I also don't know if I can, like, parry that or anything, or if it just follows me. Ow. Good. Should have been able to reflect that back. There we go. Didn't need to jump on that. Whoops. Let's just fix that real quick. Contact damage. Her dress is too pointy for me. Maybe it's made of polyester, and the fabric just sets my skin off. Also, Endora, you're very correct. We should have gotten a fight, Hilda. Honestly. Miss? Miss? on my stick. Oh. I very much enjoy the subversion that you think you're here to rescue the princess, but no, you're here to beat her up. Uh-oh. Not really the kind of person you want to hang out with, right? I barely remember what she was really like at this point. Oh, sorry. You're probably wondering who I am? Honestly, I don't really know anymore. Nobody special, I guess. But then, that's the whole reason you're here, right? I get it. I can't just hide here forever and pretend I don't exist. I'm sure I'll find something worth being awake for. Maybe I'll finally get into photography. That'd be nice, I think. So, thanks, goat, bunny, cat lady. Sybil? Got it. I'll make sure to write it down as soon as I wake up. I don't want to forget you, too. I'm sure you've got someone else to help out, right? So, yeah. Thanks. Take care, Sybil. That's it. That's the story. That's what you get. I will briefly pop into my main file so you can see the other two outfits. Unfortunately, I don't have all of them. That is the only time her name gets mentioned. I believe it's not a spoiler because you can like read it in the game description. But that was a lot faster the second time through. Let me go out to the door where it's a little lighter out. But yeah, the basic conceit of this game, as far as I'm aware, and the story is deliberately very minimalistic, is that Sybil is someone who travels between dream worlds to help people out that might be trapped within. And the implication is that this dream world has been falling apart. At the very beginning, when you emerge from the mirror, and she comments to herself that she hopes she isn't too late. And how you can kind of see the distortion in one of the rooms in Castle Sansa, where all the textures are hecked up, and like one of the goats is sort of just has like a weird singular metallic texture to it, like a result of the dream world falling apart. And my interpretation is that the princess you fight at the end is someone from whomstever's dream this is, that has been keeping them trapped in a nightmare. Like a person from their past, implied, I think, by the dialogue, saying that she's not really a good person, and that the dreamer doesn't even really remember them that well at this point. So really the only story you get is sort of at the very beginning, and a couple of the goats you can talk to, mentioning like Sybil's disguise, and then that brief exchange at the very end. So this game is very deliberately quite minimalistic in its story. And on one hand, I like that it's so up to interpretation, especially something about dreams. But on the other hand, I want more. I want more story. I just kind of want more Sybil. Let's see. Oh yeah, Soldier. This one was done by completing the time trial in the Empty Bailey. I don't really like this one this much, or that much. It's fine. It's not as stylish as the others. Just the agony of doing the Empty Bailey one was a lot. And it's like, man, I don't even really want to wear this outfit, but I have it now. And then the other one, Classy. This one was the Twilight Theater time trial. So like she's got, I think, an open-backed sweater. Yeah, open-back sweater, and then these poofy pants. I think I never actually showed off. Let me put on her basic outfit. So if you weren't here the last time, there's one accessibility setting in the options, and that is to give Sybil pants. And I think it just becomes like a, I think something you can equip. Yeah, big pants. Here we go. That's the one accessibility setting is the big poofy parachute pants. Like the full armor isn't bad. It is like a cool paladin-y look. But just compared to like, I like the classic one, and I like Sleepy Time. Like just this big soft cozy sweater with the big sleeves is very cute. With the slouchy sock is my favorite. Anyway, I hope the devs do more with Sybil and more of just this really cool parkour style gameplay. Like even if you watched me play this, if you enjoy platformers, especially like Mario 64 or more recent stuff like Celeste, even though it's a 2D one, I would recommend picking this up because the movement in this game is really fun. And it rewards your tenacity and the stuff you can pull off. Whee, like that. I wish I knew how to do like the frame perfect. Like there's a version of doing this, but forward, and you can do some wacky sequence breaks with it, but I think it's frame perfect and I don't know how you do it. So, the sweater is my favorite too. It's very cute, right? I've been wanting to draw art of this game, but I can't figure out how to draw Sybil. Like her face eludes me. Anywho, I know it was just a short little afternoon stream, but I wanted to finish this game and I didn't want to go too long today, because my pal Nox Abata is celebrating their 3-year stream anniversary. And I wanted to raid into them and just have everybody say hello. So if you're watching this recording, thank you very much, and I'm gonna stop it here. Thank you for joining me for Pseudoregalia, and I hope you come back and join me for more streams. Boy, I have to like alt out of here to stop, because otherwise the mouse just controls everything. Goodbye for now.